Welcome to Not Bedtime.
I took the overnight mall security shift because it was easy money. The place was technically closed, but not abandoned. One of those dying malls that still had a few stores hanging on. An aging food court, a discount shoe store, a small jewelry kiosk that somehow survived everything. My job was simple. Walk the corridors, check the doors, watch the cameras. The first hour felt normal. Fluorescent lights buzzed softly. My boots echoed on tile. Christmas decorations still hung from the ceiling. Plastic wreaths, fake snowflakes. A giant banner stretched across the mall. Happy Holidays, that banner was the first thing that made my stomach tighten. Because it looked new. Not dusty. Not faded. Not sagging. Like someone had put it up today. I told myself maintenance was just behind schedule. Around 1:30, I walked through the central atrium. The fountain was dry, coins and grime at the bottom, benches empty. A Santa photo booth waited nearby, decorated, staged, still waiting. I checked my phone, no signal, normal. Then I checked my watch. It blinked and reset to 12. I tapped it, it came back, then froze. I laughed quietly, more annoyed than scared. Then I saw the light. At the far end of the corridor, a store sign flickered on. A clothing store that had been empty for years. Behind the gate, there was light. Not bright, just enough. Mannequins, racks, a counter. The smell changed. Stale mall air mixed with something clean. Cold, new, like fresh plastic, like new paint. I shined my flashlight inside. Everything looked staged, perfect. No dust, no footprints. A holiday display near the front. Folded sweaters, gift boxes, last-minute deals. Then I noticed the mannequins. They weren't facing the gate. Not fully, just angled enough to feel like they were listening. I stepped back, suddenly uncomfortable. That's when the music started. An old Christmas song, tinny, slowed down. Familiar, but wrong. It wasn't coming from the speakers. It was coming from the food court. The food court was dark, tables stacked, chairs upside down. Except for one place. A pretzel shop, closed for years. The gate was halfway up. The lights were on. The music came from there. I called out, "Hello?" No answer. Behind the counter, the register glowed. Pretzels under a heat lamp. Fresh, shiny. The smell of warm dough filled the air. I looked down, wet footprints reflected in the tile, leading away from the counter, into the service corridor. The hallway I wasn't supposed to enter alone. I followed them. The light inside was wrong. Warm, soft. The walls looked new, no scuff marks. My footsteps sounded muted, like the air was thicker. The corridor went on longer than it should have. I knew the layout. This crappling didn't end. A door appeared on my left, plain, white, unlabeled. The footprints led straight to it. I reached for the handle. The music stopped. The silence dropped. like the motor was holding its breath. From behind the door, something trying to specteach. My name. Spoken wrong, I backed away. The lovers flickered, something sides behind me, blocking the way back. I didn't look, I ran. When I burst back into the atrium, the Fernins' words, "Happy Holidays." Every storefront, every words, every tile reflected the same truth. The mall wasn't closed, it was open, and it had been waiting for customers.
I checked into the hotel just before midnight. It wasn't abandoned. It just felt like it wasn't meant to be occupied anymore. The lobby lights were on, but no one was at the front desk. A small bell sat on the counter. I rang it once. The sound echoed longer than it should have. No answer. After waiting a minute, I noticed a key card already sitting on the desk. A sticky note beneath it read, "4th floor." No room number. I told myself it was a budget place in a snowstorm and took the card. The elevator worked, but it didn't list floors, just arrows. I pressed up. The doors closed slowly. Too slowly. And the ride felt longer than 4 floors should. When the doors opened, I stepped into a perfectly clean hallway. Carpet patterned in dull geometric shapes, beige walls, identical doors stretching left and right, soft yellow lights, no windows. It smelled faintly like cleaning solution and old fabric. I walked to the nearest door and tapped the card. It opened. The room was normal. Bed made, TV off, curtains closed, bathroom spotless. No personal touches, no art on the walls. Like it was waiting for someone who never arrived. I set my bag down and immediately felt uneasy. Not scared, just misplaced. I decided to take a short walk to shake it off. I stepped back into the hallway and headed left. After a few minutes, I realized something was wrong. I passed the same vending machine twice, same scuffed panel, same "sold out" sticker crooked on the glass. I stopped, turned around, walked the other direction. The hallway didn't change. The carpet pattern repeated perfectly. The lights never flickered. No sound except my footsteps and the low hum of electricity. I reached an exit sign glowing softly above a door at the far end. Relief washed over me. I pushed the door open and stepped back into the same hallway. Same carpet, same lights, same vending machine now behind me. I checked my phone. No signal. No time. The screen was on, but the clock space was blank. I laughed nervously and told myself I was tired. I tried another exit. Same result. No matter which direction I walked, no matter which door I opened, I ended up on the same stretch of hallway. Always clean, always empty, always quiet. I knocked on a few doors. No response. I listened closely. No TVs, no voices, no water running. Just the building's hum. I noticed something else then. The doors didn't have numbers. Not scratched off, not faded. They were never there. At some point, I sat down against the wall trying to think. That's when I realized the lights never changed. No flicker, no dimming, no sense of time passing. I stood and walked again. Slower now. That's when I saw movement. Far down the hallway, A shape passed briefly across the intersection where the corridor turned. Not running, not hiding, just walking. I followed. The hallway stretched. Longer than before, the walls felt farther apart, the ceiling slightly higher. The smell changed too, less clean, more stale, like a place sealed too long. I called out. My voice sounded wrong, flat, like it didn't belong here. No answer. I reached another intersection. This time, there was no vending machine, just an empty space where it should have been. I felt a sudden pressure in my ears, like descending too fast. That's when I noticed the carpet. The pattern was the same, but mirrored. I don't know how long I walked after that. Eventually, I reached my room again. Same door, same key card working. Inside, nothing had changed, except the bed. The sheets were wrinkled, like someone had been sitting there. I didn't sleep. I sat in the chair, watching the door. At some point, the lights outside went off. Not dark, just dimmer, like the hallway was powering down. I heard footsteps then, slow, measured, stopping outside my door. Not knocking, just standing there, waiting. I stayed completely still. Eventually, the steps moved on. In the morning, if it was morning, the hallway lights returned to normal. The elevator worked. The lobby was staffed. The clerk acted like nothing was wrong. When I asked how long I'd been checked in, she looked confused. "You just arrived," she said. I left immediately. Weeks later, I looked up the hotel online. It doesn't list a fourth floor. And several reviews mention the same thing. Getting stuck. Walking. Never quite arriving anywhere.
If these stories stayed with you, subscribe and don't miss what's coming next.